Well, I think you'll enjoy one segment, and you'll probably bemusedly kind of watch me for another segment tonight. So we'll see.
All right,
We'll see. We'll see if anybody's in the chat. Not seeing. Got a couple viewers. That's good. You're awesome. You're awesome, folk. There's this guy
there you
named
go.
Joff Ma in the chat. So we'll see
No,
who that is. No? Is that not
no,
how you say it?
that's me.
No. Are
It's
you
me,
sure?
my friend.
It's you?
Yes.
All right. Okay, well, backdrop for tonight, by the way, as we'll see, Jeff, is Impulse #1. This is not my original, but this was, if I recall, like the first comic I like bought myself off the rack. And I
Oh,
like wore mine to shreds, and it kind of got me into comic collecting. And we're gonna talk a bunch of that next week, or
next week.
next month.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Sometime we'll schedule it. Didn't mean
We
to
got
scare you.
burrito.
We got some
We got
time.
burrito and Landon in the chat as well.
I'm
So we
giving
got
you an
that. And then
advance. Oh, good.
I know we've got a lot of other watchers, but in the chat I have burrito Landon and myself.
All right. And so here's what I'll throw out. Patreon.com/Jeff May. You can produce shows like the Nerd Podcast with Jeff and myself, where we talk all sorts of nerdy things, and you can be a producer like some of the people in the chat. Sometimes I take liberties with their names, so Burrito is a producer. I updated it, I think, to Kung Fu Burrito last month, and suggestion, unless you really hate it, Burrito, I might, if it's on my list, I've added randomization, Jeff. I'm going to peek behind the curtain there. If I read it, I'm going to do Skafu Burrito. All right. So we actually have an agenda, Jeff. This is something I've started doing to keep myself on track so I don't forget things. So we're going to talk some comics for a bit, briefly. We'll, of course, do our break, which is the Panini Prism Monopoly cards. And then I have a project, and if you squint, you can see some of the links that I'll be clicking on. And if you didn't, you'll just have to wait. All right, so Jeff, we got some cool stuff going on. So for those that do not know, Jeff does do... Okay, there's my box. Jeff does Whatnot with Mike Mayhew Studios. Now, I've tapped out. I got what I wanted, Jeff, but it is at Mike Mayhew Studios at Whatnot. Jeff will do mystery packs, and these are a blast. And so the way it might work is, tell me how bad I do at aping you, Jeff, but at least it's content, right? Jeff might get in front of the screen and do something like, hey, what? That's weird. Is it not?
He's been looking at an comic this whole time.
Fine, but is it not live? That's bizarre. It should be live.
You're not showing your actual your camera.
Me briefly. Okay,
hey,
there's me.
Yeah.
There we are. That's
okay.
Weird. It wasn't live for some reason. Okay, so it froze, and this is not my phone. This is very frustrating. Okay, Jeff, and now it's going like 2 miles an hour. So I don't. OBS, don't do this to me tonight. This is
Dre'K. How can you possibly expect to not glitch out?
I literally go through the troubleshooting every time and get stuff going, Jeff, and it hates me, and I don't know why. Okay, so trying to
love technology
I hate
so
technology,
much.
and then even the phone fails. Okay, so Jeff, this might be an example, and I'll just come in and out as needed. Actually, here's what I'm going to do, Jeff. What I'm going to do, I think that'll probably handle some stuff. Okay, so Jeff might put this in front of the screen. You can see the certificate of authenticity right here. And Jeff might say, hey, bid something. And there are 2 comics, in fact. And
yeah, that's
we know one of them. We'll know one of them for sure.
Trade dress right there, right? Or is it 16?
Let's see. It is number 16. Good memory. This is an awesome card. Yep. All right. The other, and then there will be a mystery comic behind it. Usually they're themed. So this is, again, Mike Mayhew Studios at Whatnot. And I've bid on some of these, and Jeff has noted these can go for really cheap prices. Now, here's the fun, Jeff. Getting 2 of these, a couple of things might happen. One, I might get comics.
Wait, was that one of the packs? Did you buy? Is that a pack that you bought? That specific combination?
I don't believe so, because I've actually
because I was like, the Venom and the Amazing Spider-Man number 16. I probably wouldn't have put them together because they looked like 2 trade dress books. And then the Venom had just a duo sig. I wouldn't have done that.
What? Just out of okay. So and here's why things are not put in the same order. I've taken them out and started collating. You'll notice these will be extra shiny because I actually did buy the protectors.
Oh, that's
these
so
are
good,
remarks.
dude.
This is amazing. That's so
That
good.
remark, and that's also on
That's
that is on
Virgin.
an Ultimate Fallout #4 Virgin cover, which is like a very vaulted cover. And that Doctor Doom, like move it out of the light a little bit, even because like let people see how good it looks up in person. Because like I'm seeing the big light glare. Yeah,
And
like
you can see my screen. And yeah. But that's
yeah,
because I
it
have
looks
this in a protector because I don't want
yeah,
to. And then this is another
yeah.
remark I got, another awesome one as well. So Mike Mayhew
Oh man.
does the.
Yeah, because that's right. You would just like because nobody was bidding on stuff, even though I was clearly hinting to people that there was something good behind it. So
And
you got
yeah.
a Gwen Vereen.
So these are the two remarks I've grabbed from you, which are just amazing. I think I might have one more, but I'm not sure. But here's the fun, Jeff.
That's
Here's
cool.
what I'm going to throw to you. So the mystery packs are awesome. So again, I don't remember what mine are because I've collated some of my sets. So
Yeah.
like, and I'll just kind of go through these quickly and then tell the project. I actually have two of these rogues now, and I missed it actually. There was a third one. Like I wanted this rogue cover, but there was an even more awesome one. But the
Oh,
Savage
so you
Land
got a
Rogue,
that was with the red and black and glow sig.
this Venom is pretty rad.
That Venom #33 is a vaulted book as well.
That
So
makes
that raw would be that's like you got an $80 book right there.
And again, these would go now. I can't. I have uncollated these, and I'd have to go back in time. But
Yeah.
again, it would be something like this. Like Jeff would show this and say, "You've got like 2 minutes to bid," and you'd have some fun banter back and forth. And then Jeff reveals it, and if you're lucky, there's like a remark there. There's usually something good, regardless,
Yeah.
like a
So the good
virgin
part
or
about that, yeah, the good part about that too is like there are remarks, but like the way I build them, the value's insane for these. Like I very much I don't make it arbitrary. I don't make it random. Like I push them together
yeah, you'll
pretty
always good value. And last week, it's funny. I'm going to save that content for a future show, Jeff, because I actually do want to talk that and like future for that. But basically, last week was a blast. Both content of you doing the bidding, as well as what was released. This one I wanted explicitly. I think I asked you. I was like, "Do you have one?" And then I think the COA was on the back. But this Stitch cover,
Oh, you got a Stitch, dude.
I
Those
love
are
this.
crazy
These I
popular.
love. There's a 9.8 that's like in the background. I think you've occasionally put up for bid that, in the hundreds,
Oh,
obviously.
there's a 9.9 and a 10.
There's a
The
10.
9.9, yeah, that sold for $1,000.
The 10, yeah, it's worth it. Oh, man, that's so cool. Take a look at these. I'm going to keep going through that Miles Morales with, so what's that
Yeah.
kind of SIG?
That is called a rainbow drip sig.
And this cover is just rad. Got a
That's an expensive signature too. That's like a $70 signature or
Oh, my.
$60 signature or
All
something like that.
right. Now, I don't actually know off the top of my head. So some of these, and then I've got the Virgin She-Hulk, which is awesome with
Yep.
the
With a duo glow sig. So that's an $80 book roughly. That's a $40 signature and I think a $40 book.
got this Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, that's a nice simple Star Wars book with a standard signature. That's $40.
This one I explicitly asked for because Green Goblin is one of my kiddos. So like this is like a Mufasa scenario. Someday this will be my son's. I don't want to give it to him. I don't want to like tell him about
He'll
it
read
yet
it.
or give it
Yeah.
to him yet. Like, you know, I want to wait till he's a little more older and can understand collectibles. But I explicitly bought this for him, and same kind of thing. I was like, "Hey, do you have one of these?"
Oh,
And
hey, real quick, did you turn off your light when I told you that?
uh,
When I was telling you about your lighting?
no, the one thing I did change. Oh, I'm standing in front of it. That's why. So see if you see I'm
Oh,
coming
okay.
in from the side because I want to hold
Oh,
the I
okay.
want to hold the if you see I'm holding the comics, I want to hold them like this.
Oh,
Love that
okay. Because I was gonna
Mandalorian.
say I couldn't see it. Mando, good with a white sig on that Mando. That's the first Bo-Katan, yeah.
Now I do actually have the like rainbow sig on the Savage
Oh,
Land.
nice.
Here is the rough thing I was going to say is I love this cover, and as you see, I've got two. The question I was going to throw out, Jeff, is my church has a like donation for auction thing coming up, and as I mentioned, the awesome thing about the mystery packs that you do at Whatnot with Mike Mayhew is they come in two. And in some cases, I've got duplicates of, I think, two of these. Oh, by the way, this was one you just gave me. X-Men #1. We got some love from Gail Simone.
Oh
the
yeah, I
Jubilee
grabbed that
cover.
one. I saw it at the comic shop, and I was like, "Well,
Because
you
the
gotta get
straight, and
it."
I appreciate that because I was like, let's go to the store and see if I can pick one up. And those things sold, man. I was like a day late. I was on the road. I think I have two of this. So like here's the rough part. I think I have two of this Venom, but I don't think I can give that to a church auction.
No, I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't see why not. Like, I get he might look like a demon, but it's just a comic. Also, a big shout out, and I know he can't see it, he can't listen because he's watching on a mute. But Walker Morgan, our good friend Walker, just commented on the Patreon that he's watching silently and enjoying and saying how cool these comics look.
Yes, I mean I'm in this weird. So you'll see. I think I've actually had duplicates of a
Yeah.
couple. I'm in this weird scenario where I don't necessarily know what I want to do yet. Because some of these I absolutely want to keep for sure. Some of them I have duplicates of. And then I was basically, it's like, for instance, I think I've got two of Star Wars New Republic, the High Republic #1. So I figure like
Hmm.
some of these. So I just wanted to show those off and say the plan may be to donate some of those to a church auction because then it's like even easier. I don't have to like haggle with anybody on eBay. I don't have to feel bad about reselling. Like I don't have to worry about what they go for. So that's project #1. We'll get to project #2. But Jeff, we're a card breaking show. Let's get to card breaking. The only debate.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to do this at this point, Jeff. Like we already did one rename, but like I noticed we go into comics as well. So we may could have done Jeff has cool collectibles, but you know what? Jeff has cool cards. Sticking with it.
Oh, it's that new PSA mag.
Well, that's I showed it last week, but you know I like to have something to backdrop against. You got me this blaster. You got me a bunch for Christmas, and we broke some at my house with my brother. I do really dig. Like I will be candid after breaking so much 1990s stuff in the last couple of weeks. I do honestly love like the 4 cards per pack thing. Right, this is a 90 card set. 4 cards per pack. I'll do the quick browser to research quick before coming back. So don't know why it didn't link that automatically.
These were like really hard to get when they first came out.
And I was like, what's the deal with this set? So that this is 2023-24 does have Victor Wembanyama in it.
That was it. That's
90 card set. I do not 100% know the implications of Monopoly because I asked you about it and you're like, I don't know. So maybe one of these days I'll research it. But let's see what we get, Jeff. If you get me a Wemby rookie, that's just going to be stupid. But regardless, should be fun.
Yeah, let's hope so, man.
Let's see.
I got them. I bought those so you would get something good.
Let's hope. All right. Well, so far, Kawhi Leonard on the, and I do like this that they actually have the licensing right because that's one problem with Topps Chrome. Damian Lillard in a Blazers jersey. Now he's on the Bucks.
You got a purple pair.
And look at this on this. That's so cruel, Jeff. You jerk.
What?
This is Drew Holiday in a Bucks jersey. Dude gets traded by the Bucks to the Celtics, and the Celtics go and win a title. So that's
flip that card. Wait. Go back to that. That's purple speckle. Is that a variant? Is that a numbered card?
I don't see a number on it. It does say Prism. I'm not seeing numbers anywhere, and I do have the thing.
Is that what like? Because that looks.
I mean, that
like
looks like the Fiona Shaw of like 75, if we're talking that.
I got a PSA shipment coming in soon, by the way.
I think you shared some of those with me because basically I said I don't want it spoiled, and then I think you told me you were like, well,
I showed you a couple highlights and a couple lowlights,
but you're like, they're not going to ride for a bit, and I was like, fine, tell me. So the rest of you suckers have to wait, but this is again, and I don't want to do the hammering sound, but I've got it partially in a top loader. I'm gonna go look at chat really quick because Walker said a few things, and then
he said
Walker just in chat. Mocker T Morgan said love those Spidey and Venom comics and the covers. Yeah, basically, we'll figure some stuff out, Jeff. I know last year there were a couple giveaway tries and stuff, but I've got lots of cool stuff. I've got stuff that's not going anywhere, and I've got stuff that. I'm like, I don't know if I want this, but it's got value, so best way to deal with it. So like a church auction seems like not a horrible thing, and I'll kind of see how I'll maybe give them a couple, And depending on how that goes, because there do seem to be some nerds at church in a positive way.
Oh,
Vucevic,
good.
another
Yeah, there you
just the
go.
base Drew Holiday. Kevin, okay, so here's the thing. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this card because this one explicitly says Monopoly, and it's got a player
Because
rating,
like it's Durant player rating stuff. Yeah.
and it's Monopoly. Yep. Yay.
There it is.
I
Oh, they
don't.
all say Monopoly. You know they all say Monopoly. You're
But
seeing
I'm
that,
saying if
right?
you see on the top right, this one says
Yeah.
Monopoly. Yeah, you're right. Like down here,
Yeah, they all
this,
do on the front at the right above their names.
but this Durant has it in the top right corner. So I don't know if there's
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
It's a no, it's an insert card.
All
It's like
right.
it's a subset.
All right. Fair enough.
So it's probably is it numbered like, R2 or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
let's
that?
take a look at the back. It is PS6. And I
Yeah,
think there
so
are
it's
like 8 of
so there you
those.
go. So
All right.
so it's probably player stats 6 or player score 6.
All right, we got something shiny coming.
Yeah,
Steph.
they're all shiny.
Well, thank you, Jeff. You've been helpful.
They're chrome, idiot.
I'm gonna strap you to the front of a Jeep and fight a warlord with you, Mr. Chrome. Okay. Steph Curry's pretty good. Cam Whitmore rookie card, I don't think. And ooh, that looks pretty. I don't think he has done anything, but that's just a pretty looking card. And then it's
the
got
back,
player
check the-
ratings and stuff on the back. And this is just base. It's number 36. But that is a pretty looking card.
But it's not numbered at all.
Not numbered as far as I can see. It's
Oh.
possible, but I am looking closely. So, all right. This is a nice set. Like I don't hate it. That's the
Oh,
rough
they're
part.
gorgeous. Yeah, they're really
You
good
gave
looking
me.
cards.
I'm actually happy. Happy, sad. You gave me some top. You gave me a blaster of Topps Chrome, and I went after that looking for the Victor Wemby rookie card. And
Yeah.
when I bought him, I just wasn't thrilled. And for better or for worse, the pack you bought me was pretty good. Had some good stuff in it. And so I'm kind of glad I didn't get yours first because then I didn't really get the itch to keep buying. But then it also was
Yeah.
nice from a gift perspective, right? Like you didn't give me a dud. Base of that guy, Jarice Walker. Devin Booker on the Suns. This is a guy I've called overrated in the past, which is true. Although he is one of the people. I think he scored like over 70 points in a game. And I have a graded
that's good.
PSA 10 rookie card of his now. So now I'm just like, I don't care if you're
Now
overrated.
he's
Just
accurately rated.
now I'm like win MVP, win all the MVPs. We got something nice on the back. Another Durant. So not bad. Now this is actually when he's still decent. He's been injured after Golden State, but this year he was still good. Pretty looking card. So that's cool.
And all those cards have like different color parallels. It's wild. Like they have different there was like a blue wave or a purple speckle and whatever the hell that thing was.
Yeah. I am, by the way, okay, let's see. We'll stay on this. I got a shinier. We got the shiny and I got an even shinier than shiny card, Jeff. Jaron Jackson
Nice.
Jr. Zach Levine. I love this guy because no one wants him. All right,
you
we got a
gotta
Jokic. We got our Jokic.
There you go. And that's like a subset, right? Because like that's
97. Get the hell out of here. 99. 110. He is. Nikola Jokic is the most broken player since Wilt Chamberlain. Get out of here, 97. Now I hate.
I like that you got a rainbow right behind it too.
Oh, is this rainbow? I thought this was just. How can you tell?
Yeah, look at. Well, look at it under the light, dude. Like it's you're shining. It's what we would call we'd call that a refractor in Topps, but it should say rainbow on the back.
Okay, let's see if Jeff's right. Prism. I just see prism. I don't see.
No word rainbow anywhere on
rainbow. So yeah, if you compare these two, the only word
that would be called a rainbow prism.
All right.
In the Panini world.
Yeah, I got a nice, and this. So now I'm rooting on Jet Howard too, right? You got.
These... funny story about Panini, by the way. I was, like a while before we even started this show. I was at a random thrift store in like the middle of the woods in California.
In the middle of the woods, by the way, last pack. Let's see what we got.
Yep. And I was there and I found a Panini like thin hoodie.
This is good, by the way. Solid rookie.
Nice.
And Laurie
Great. I
Markkinen
like
on the
that.
Jazz. I think that's
That's
just
the last one, huh?
yep. No, I mean we got
Well,
okay. So to point out,
you
we
got your
got
Jokic, yeah.
I got a Jokic, and I got yeah. I mean like two Kevin Durant, like these two. Insert Kevin Durant's right, and then the really pretty one. And now I'm like I said, I put him in a top loader, but I don't want it to make noise, so halfway in. But the
Walker
Drew Hall,
said
yeah,
Joker
he's the
when you
Joker,
called that
man.
Jokic.
I love that.
He's the Joker,
He's
baby.
the Joker, baby. All right. I also love that he's got like two brothers that are just absurd.
Yeah, no kidding,
Okay.
huh?
So I've got my like send box. I've got some stuff for you. So like the Bill Russells on the front.
Yeah.
But we brought this up
I
before.
also. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, let's hear your comment.
I mailed out packages today, including ones to Canada. Canada's are actually combined because they wouldn't let me mail them when I went to mail out the
Yeah, you mentioned
November
that.
packages in December. They were like, nope, because they were the postal workers were on strike.
Oh, okay, that
And
makes sense.
so, like, yeah.
And yeah, okay.
So finally,
I feel bad we didn't
I
bug El
literally
Seldo
had
more
to.
about that. Yeah.
I like opened the old packages and I just put their cards with them because I was like mailing 2 envelopes to Canada right now just seems insane for each. It ended up being like I think like the shipping was like $25 to $30 per.
Oh my
Like it was
gosh, that's
crazy.
the cost. That's the cost
But it
with
was
the.
cheaper than if I did them both, I guess.
Okay, I guess well, if you combine 2 months, that's a little better. So Jeff, here's what we got going. I forget. Did you
Yeah.
compete? I don't think you did. Did you compete in the WNBA fantasy league on Adam Todd
No.
Brown's? Okay, that's
No,
more than
I
fine.
don't like fantasy sports.
More than fine. Okay, so the winner of that tin is awesome, and it turns out a fan of Croatian basketball players. And actually, so here's the funny thing, Jeff. I'm going to flip over here. When I was breaking my 2015 2016 Donruss, I got, these are 2020 through 2024, but I got a couple hits with Bojan Bogdanovic. And, it's a numbered card, but with apologies, that's not, never
Number
say
two.
never, but like, let's see, it's numbered to 199. But like
Yeah.
that's probably never going anywhere. But he said, "Hey, I'm a big Croatian fan. If you send it to a friend, I would like to. I don't want to spoil your spot, Tin, if you're watching, but and I hope I'm getting names right. I'm all self-conscious when I start talking about other people is when I get self-conscious about stuff. So basically said, hey, if you send me those cards, we can maybe figure out shipping, and that might still be the case. Kind of like an impromptu. Jeff has cool cards, patreon.com/Jeff May. You want cards sent to you in the mail. Unfortunately, that is US and Canada only. But I wanted to do an experiment on this channel, Jeff, which was just kind of to do, depending on how much time for graphics and stuff, kind of an Indiana Jones thing. Like a look at, hey, if I put these cards, if I'm trying to send a couple cards to a place, if I put them in a package, how much does it cost? How long does it take to get there? How do they get there? And so I do have, just to start, and I'm not going to do all of this on camera, Jeff, but I'm going to peek behind the curtain for a little bit of my research. I am actually super excited because
I'm glad your mouse moved because for a second I thought the screen froze.
I am super excited. So I'm over here at Real GM looking up all players from Croatia, past and present. And you'll notice some of these names may ring bells to you. So, of course, we have Bojan Bogdanovic, who has the second most games played of any player from Croatia in the NBA. The number one is Toni Kukoc, played for the Chicago Bulls. You're very familiar because that overlaps with the Dennis Rodman series of You Don't Even Like Sports with Adam Todd Brown. And some of these other names, so Drazen Petrovic. So I'll show one thing quickly. So
That's a well-known name.
Yeah, oh man, Drazen Petrovic is, well, I'm kind of stalling as I go over my collection. I think I saw I could do this earlier. One of the roughest parts about Drazen Petrovic is he was before his time player, an amazing three-point shooter for the New Jersey Nets. So one of these, a question I have had forever about players like Drazen Petrovic is, what would it have been like in the modern NBA with a player with that skill set? Because for years, players like him were just not used correctly. And I had found this earlier, Jeff, but I'm not going to be able to tonight. Over at TCDB, I keep track of my collection. I really do love this site. You can just, subscribe at will if you would like. And just one of the things that I have done is added a bunch of my collection, and it turns out I actually have a Drazen Petrovic rookie card, a Tony Kukoc rookie card. You're not going to be shocked, not things that I'm going to feel bad putting in the mail. So I am actually going to go through my collection and start collating some of these cards. I also have a Mario Hezonja rookie card, rookie in the same year as Nikola Jokic. So Jeff, new segment on I Must Dre'K You is going to be, how hard is this to send to somebody? Might be comics, might be whatever. It's going to be, it's not quite the same as a Patreon tier, but it is going to be that. So that's just a new project. And I've got my first one, which is I'm going to try and send some Tony Kukoc, Bozan Bogdanovic, Drazen Petrovic, and Mario Hezonja at minimum. I'm going to see if I have any of the other players in there. True Croatia, and I'll let you know the cost, the time, and how much it goes. Okay, Jeff, one more thing to copy you. I got a mailbag to end the show with. So, I got this. By the way, I got my Legend of Zelda letter opener, so I pre-did that just to show off. That's how I can open this. Don't want to flip this over, but this is an eBay standard. I don't know if it's an eBay standard envelope, but that's the shipping. So if you recall last week, I got through or 2 weeks ago actually, I got through my 1990-91 NBA Hoops set, and I don't have all of it. So I said, hey, I'm just going to have to search for some of them. And so we're going to see how this seller did. And if they did good, I'll give them a shout out in the comments after we're done. But I'm starting to update the collection that I have there. And so, all right, this seller immediately gets an A+. So if you are a seller and you do this, A+. Sent in the grading top, like the graded, whatever you call these.
Rigid top loader, yeah.
The rigid.
I mean, a card saver.
And then did do the painter's tape on the top, which is good for shipping. Now I'm regretting. I was like, let's do it live, right? And then I'm like, all right, now this is harder to bust open.
Yeah, you have to go bit harder now. Made it harder on yourself, Dre.
But here are the two cards. We mentioned this in the NBA Hoops set. They have a fake NBA Hoops Tribune that shows the end of every game of the NBA Finals. So this is the Pistons winning the Finals. And mine was missing the sports. This one has it. And then this one is the numbered All-Star card. I think, it's the Dream Team. I was going to say Adam Todd Brown has a bunch of like these gold background graded, but it's actually for the 1992 Hoops team. Grail object, but I have this card, but I was missing one with the number in the top corner, so not too expensive. I think these were $1 a card. I think maybe 50 cents consolidated, and I think free. So I think this was $2 in the mail, which is fine, overpriced, like not overpriced, like these cards aren't worth much, but to complete my collection, really excited about that. All right, Jeff. That is everything I have for the show. Let's finish off with Where's Jeff this week.
Oh man, I don't know. I think both Jeff Has Cool Friends is dropping tomorrow. Long story short, the original guest that I'm gonna have.
Okay, do you mean like the free and Patreon?
Yes, because here's what happened, right? So, okay, what happened was, my original guest got very sick right before we were going to record. And he was like, give me a day and I will circle back and we can re-record this, right? And then it was like, I need just one more day so I can feel better. And then it was like, hey, I'm really, really booked. Can you do Thursday? I'm like, I'm working.
Thursday's your big day. Anybody who knows you at this point knows Thursday's your big day.
And so he basically was like, all right, let's just reschedule. I don't want to take up any more of your time. So I found another guest that I've been desperately trying to get on the show, but they've been so busy working and they actually had a little bit of time. So I texted him like, hey, you're not around. You don't have 75
can I request an I Must Drake You exclusive?
Oh, who is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Elise Golgowski.
You got Elise back. All right, that is awesome.
Yeah, like, and the reason I got Elise back is actually you'll be shocked to know, like, do you know what her job is?
Outside of stand-up comedian, I'm gonna feel really bad now. So,
No, because she doesn't talk about it a lot.
and I'm assuming that she talks about it on Jeff Has Cool Friends, so you're comfortable. Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah. So like you can check that out. But so I was originally gonna be like, and when it comes back, it comes back. And my editor is like, hey, I'm moving. My wife, and they've got, they had a baby relatively recently. And he's like, my wife kind of needs me to help move stuff and pack stuff. So are you okay with waiting until Monday night to get your edit back? And I was like, I don't give a shit.
I
Like,
think if
I was
just
like, do it, man.
just
Yeah.
to jump in front of this, I think if I recall, there is some, I want to respect your editor's privacy, because I think you've said other stuff, so I don't want to say beyond that, but like your editor is a freaking mensch. Like every time you talk about them in the chat, like on patreon.com/Jeff May, Jeff will say, hey, my editor asked this, and it's always hilarious because it is your editor going like, okay, so I'm on the road, I'll get home at 11:30, I might be able to get it to you by like 3:30, and you're like, you can wait a day.
He does that a lot. Like he'll try very much because like he and I, one of the most important things is like he and I both try to maintain professionalism in our jobs, right? So like I try to be as professional as possible when I'm recording a podcast and when I'm like scheduling and when I'm doing all this stuff. And he's the same way, but with editing. And so he's like,
Can I do a
like,
peek behind the curtain weird question comment thing?
yeah, sure.
That doesn't necessarily seem, it's funny because you're saying the word professional, right? And it doesn't always seem like that's necessarily, the norm. So like you're using the term professional, which I might take to be like, hey, this is the norm. This is what someone who is doing this professionally should do. When and this isn't just true for the record for like podcasting. I've seen this other areas where it's just like, oh yeah, these things that books or advice things say, do this to be professional. You're like, oh yeah, I really wish that was actually the case, but it doesn't always seem to be.
Don't really do that, especially in LA. Like I hate to be that guy because I love living here and I have amazing people, but like people bail. Like today, I was helping my friend Christos Gage, who you might know as a writer of many, many comic books, as well as the Marvel Spider-Man video games, etc. Right? He was a writer on the Daredevil TV show, and he's a great writer, And he and I are both from Worcester, Massachusetts. We've known each other for 20 years, blah, 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 right? And we were talking about it, and it's like, yeah, like, you can schedule a party with RSVPs, and everybody is like, I'm going, and then they will cancel the day before. Like, there's a lack of integrity in certain people, and like, personal integrity is one thing, but the professional integrity means so much more because it's not just like a party that you're missing, but it's like a podcast. Like people are waiting, want to listen to these things, and you have guests that you're promoting, and you want it to look good for them too. So,
well, I know that's funny. I know that's funny. You and I back and forth, not in a bad way. I know a lot of the stuff I like is like, oh man, it would be fun to get in front of stuff. And by the way, I'm just showing this off. I didn't think I completed a set, and I thought I might have to mail away. But good news, Jeff.
You did it.
Series 4 complete set. And guess what, listeners? If I have my druthers and things work out well, I want to get stuff cleared first. There may be a chance that is that X-Force? Or is this Excalibur?
That's Excalibur page.
That's Excalibur because that's Nightcrawler. Where's the? Did I go by
X-Force is the one with Deadpool on it, right there.
There's that. That is pretty good.
It's like X-Force and X-Villains, obviously.
But yeah, you. By the way, I forget. Like, if I have my druthers with somebody else, you were talking the quality of this set. We might do more of that. But yeah, the I me. I definitely like oh, it'd be nice to promote. It would be nice to get things like. can we automate, not necessarily automate like AI wise, but like, can we get things ahead of time? Like, if you let me know, I can make Patreon posts or YouTube things or whatever for you. And it's just like, even with the record ahead, which I still think there might be merit to this, I hate this page. I hate to be mean. Such cool characters for such a boring page. And I mean,
Yeah, and Proctor.
We've talked this a bunch where the more frustrating thing about this is the talent in this set should be better. So it's like, we're not dissing the people that did this. We're saying, given that you had the IP you did and the people you had on this set, you should be upset that this is what you produced.
Yeah, like that page right there, that
That
X-Men
makes me
page
sad.
it's like, here's the thing though, like it's Art Thibert doing his best, but
With the assignment,
he's
which is a bad
an
assignment.
inker. He was an inker. Like he was an inker. He inked Jim Lee, among other things, and so you can see that in his work. But he doesn't have it. It's not the same. Like maybe the Cyclops and Magneto. The Magneto clearly looks like Jim Lee, right? Like look at it.
Yeah, that
But
Magneto
like,
looks like, yeah, like almost looks. I don't want to say danger, but that image is very like, I think that might
but
even be
as
the
you
home.
get closer to the characters, it's not the same.
But yeah, did want to show this off on camera. That complete
That page, that stupid Marvel UK page,
Marvel.
sucks.
These characters are all hilarious.
It was cool, but you know.
I do like the verses. The verses pages are cool.
Yeah, you know what I actually really love? If you look at the back page of them,
Oh
the
yeah,
backs of the
these
car
you,
profiles are like really. There's one, the Cable and Wolverine one or whatever, or I think there's a Cable and Wolverine one. I just loved. Oh, or maybe the Wolverine and Cypher.
there is a Wolverine. That wasn't
The
Wolverine.
Wolverine and Cyber one at the bottom here. Like if
Okay,
you turn that over, I love the profile that they do on that.
let's see. Okay,
Are you
gotcha,
going
right
backwards?
there we go.
Okay, yeah.
That's
So
kind
it's
of hard
center.
to. Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll turn it. Move the book to get into the light. But like, I used to try and recreate that style of portraiture. You know, that's that profile size photos.
Got to get the checklists, and then like I said, I just paid for these, and that's also like, that's underwhelming that these are your hit cards. Not to be mean, these are fine cards, but
Here's the thing though, is like they didn't know that we wouldn't give a shit about those characters. Like Spider-Man and Doom 2099 both still matter.
all right.
Doom,
And
Doom
yeah,
2099 came out as like a really nasty card in Marvel Snap.
and by the way, sorry to have hijacked Where is Jeff, but yeah, I did want to show that off. So that is cool though. So Elise Golgowski tomorrow. I will wait to see what she says professionally, etc. Like I said, I am sorry that as noted, people bail, but it is like that. That's what makes you and your editor like really nice. Diamonds in the rough, and Adam Todd Brown. I'll shout him out as well. Like, something you'll do, patreon.com/Jeff May, is you keep us in the loop. So if you miss a day, you tell it, and I think that's what people. Like, that's part of what I pay for, is right. If it's like, yeah, it's nice to get advanced access, but it's just as nice, and in some cases I feel a little more special when you're like, the show is running behind, this is why, but here's why it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah. Wednesday's gonna see Tom and Jeff watch Batman. It's gonna see I Must Break You. Thursday I'll be with Mike Mayhew. Friday, I have the mailbag at 3 probably. I don't have a lot to show off, so I might just take that Friday off.
There's two things, and like at some point I might want to bug you more about this, but it's like one of the rough parts, and going forward I want to kind of work on this, is sending you stuff in the mail, is like, I'm fairly certain there's some stuff I sent you that, I'll just be honest, was like ill-timed on my part to send, and I think you've got some stuff there. So it's like, I would love to like help you organize your back room at some point
Yeah.
if there was ever a chance. But like logistically, I'm in Wisconsin and you're out there. Although,
Yeah.
if the cards fall right in May, as long as Jeff has cool mint on cards friends, yeah. Did you see how I just fell all over myself there? But
Yeah, it was a bit of
mint
a
on
stumble there.
if mint on card happens at its normal May time, I may be near California. That is a dream for me.
I
So
mean, there you
I'll
go.
keep you posted. But again, that's months in the future. By the way, did dig this out. So for the Croatian package, Mario Hezonja rookie card from 2015 2016 Donruss. It's my only one, but I think I'll be able to survive sending it, Jeff. So yeah, but with mailbag stuff, it's I don't know. There's I know there's stuff buried, so it's like want to avoid sending you more in the future till that, and then
Yeah.
I'll bug you more
I
offline with that kind of
the
stuff.
thing the thing about the mailbag is that I'd started to turn it into a break show as well, which isn't not I thought it'd be really like helpful and cool, but I don't know. I mean, I might do them more and stuff like that. I like it, but like also like doing the Friday breaks, like at some point in time, Dre, I'm gonna need to just take a vacation. I've 2025 has already
Yeah.
really burnt me out. I'm like sitting here and I'm like, there might be a day where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for 4 days. I'm like, fine.
As long as you let me know
And just
ahead of time, I'll make sure there's stuff on the
yeah.
YouTube at minimum, and if you need stuff on the Patreon, let me know. So that's more than fine. So, but we got the standard Monday through Thursday, Jeff, which is freaking awesome. So you're already here today. Thank you so much for watching. I must Drake you. Tuesday, Jeff has cool friends.
Oh,
Elise Golgowski. Oh, what's up?
I also might have jury duty. I guess I could check my jury portal right now, huh?
All right. As I keep announcing what Jeff did, we can find out if Jeff has jury duty. All right.
Yeah, keep
Uh,
talking it up.
Wednesday, I must break you. Any idea what you're looking at yet?
Not 100% yet. We'll find
Which is more
out.
than we have seen
Um,
some cool stuff on Mailbag Friday. So if you're a fan, patreon.com/Jeff May, or you're already here, you're at youtube.com, Jeff has cool cards. Hit the like, hit the subscribe so you know when stuff goes live. Um, almost a rhyme there. That works good. So Wednesday,
oh,
Tom and Jeff
wait.
watch Batman. I Must Break You. Thursday, Mike Mayhew Studios. The last one, Jeff, is going to kill me because I think you've had two co-hosts, and I think it was a different co-host. Who was your producer or co-host of last week's show on Thursday? Mike Mayhew, the 4 p.m. show.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy, is he? Is
Jimmy.
it? Do you have Jimmy for both the shoe
I'll
entry?
either have Caden or Caden and Mikey or Jimmy. It was just one of those things that just happened. But man,
Caden is
what a
awesome.
blast.
I'm used to Caden, but so this is one of those rough things where I'm like, listen, they're both awesome. Don't don't get me in a fight between Caden and Jimmy. Uh, but Jimmy and you last week, that was some of the most
I was
hilarious
breaking
stuff
him.
at the
That's
end.
why it was so
I
funny.
loved it. You Jeff, you know how to break people. Jeff must break you. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So Whatnot Studios, Mike Mayhew Studios at Whatnot Thursday. That's the classic Jeff Monday through Thursday. That is so much, Jeff. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
If anybody
I
ever
do
complains,
not have to report into jury duty tomorrow.
yes.
I actually saw the last thing where it was like from 2020 and they were because I had put in the wrong thing. But yeah, so I checked and yeah, so I don't have to go to jury duty tomorrow. Yay.
I'll do the ADHD judo move, make it about me, which is the one and only time I got sent to jury duty. I literally made it through every step. And it was so frustrating because I was like, you can cut me. Because, there's, at least for Colorado, which is where I was at the time, it's like you show up to find out if you need to go. And a bunch of people, boom, just get sent home. And then there's like, you sit and they're like, if there's a trial for you, we'll move you in. And then if there's not, they'll send you home. But I was called into trial. And then like they start with 20 or something. And then if you make it through that, you're on the jury. And if not, but the lawyers interview each person, and the case was about a minority who sexually harassed someone. I was the only minority on the jury at that time. So they were basically, it was obvious they were going to say cultural differences. Is why this minority did what they did. And I was like, I'm the only minority here. I'm not making it through. Why are you even pretending? And they get to me and they're like, do you have any experience? I'm like, oh yeah, my dad's a lawyer. And I almost was just like, you don't want to be held in contempt. I was just like, why are we pretending? Just cut me. We know I'm going to get cut. Just cut me. And shocker, I was cut. So that's my jury story, which was probably about 2 minutes longer.
I mean, if they ever call me in, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, we have a broken system, and I don't trust cops. So by all means, put me on. But I can guarantee you that you're getting a not guilty at the very least.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. So 2 fun projects. I'm very excited about this. Joining you in the mailing game. Fun cards to get. Thank you for all the Kevin Durant. He is an amazing player. Jeff's everywhere. I'm on the socials as Nerd Numbers Jeff. Instagram is Hey Jeffro, JEFFRO2. Hey there, Jeffro 2.
And then the number 2.
Because there is some fun. I don't know. I'm guessing between your litany of podcasts, we'll hear more in the future. Keep me posted if there's anything I can do to help. If you need someone to wait in line on a call center or on an email chain, Jeff. So we'll see what happens there. I'll avoid talking more about it until dust settles or whatever. So yeah. So Nerd Numbers, Hey Jeffro 2. Thanks everybody for staying late. We will see you next time. I'll start playing the music, Jeff, and play us out.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't do the. Wait, I don't know if the music stays here. Okay, it does. Cool. I can do just rip you off, or I can do what if I do my own thing? What if I do like the Gladiator?
Oh, and then turn it up.
Oh no, down. Didn't see that coming.
Oh no, you're gonna kill those cards.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Bye.